Hey gang, Spade of the Baltmatrix here, and today we are taking a look at Human Alliance Soundwave. Now this is the Takara release of Human Alliance Soundwave, and I picked this up over at BBTS. The only difference between the packaging is that sticker, that little insert, and that big sticker down on the bottom, this thing right here. Those are the only differences between the different boxes, or I should say between the American box and the Japanese box. So I'm going to go ahead and open up the figure and we'll take a look. So the first thing we are going to look at are his accessories and what he comes with. The first thing, he comes with this little sheet. Then he comes with his own character card with some very awesome artwork and all of his stats. And then he comes with his directions in Japanese. Then, next, we have the Dylan Gould character, or Gold character. Typical Human Alliance quality. Looks absolutely nothing like the movie character. And then we get Laserbeak, or as I like to call him, Terror Turkey. So Laserbeak is actually kind of posable. His wings are on a ball joint, which then has another ball joint for the feet. So I heard you like ball joints, so I put a ball joint on your ball joint. So he does look pretty cool. He's got no paint on the bottom, but he does have some very nice red fading for the wings and the VTOL engines, and I think he looks pretty good. It's a decent rendition of his character. Now he does transform, so we're going to turn him over and spread his legs open, and then flip out this large cannon thing from the inside. Then we will take his legs and fold them up completely like that. And then we will fold them out like that, fold them flush. And then what we do is completely collapse the wings like this, and just kind of fiddle with it until you could get the legs to snap together like that. And here we have Soundwave's cannon mode. And what we could do a couple of things. Well, one, this will fit on Soundwave's shoulder, and two, human Patrick Dempsey here, our toy version of Patrick Dempsey here, can act as the cannoneer. Good enough. So there we go. So let's go ahead and take a look at Soundwave proper. As you can see here, Soundwave is a Mercedes SLS AMG. It is specifically a gull-wheel two-door version of a Mercedes. Now, both of the gull-wing doors do work, and it is packaged such that the driver's side door is open. You can get your little human buddy here in there, but I don't bother since, well, I like it better with the door closed. Now, I was curious when I opened the box, as this thing feels rather tiny, and it is. So, well, comparatively so. So here is Soundwave next to a deluxe class figure, and it does feel smaller, and is smaller than some of the other Human Alliance class figures. Honestly, I don't really mind all that much. I understand why it needs to be a little smaller simply because of packaging and whatnot and current prices in the economy. But I felt that Soundwave should have been a little bigger. My other complaint about the car mode is the paint job is very dull. It's very dull. It is this dull metallic gray that really needs to be shiny. I mean, an SLK is, if you've ever seen it in real life, is very, very shiny. And I just wish it was, a little bit shinier and a little bit brighter. But overall, the actual sculpting of the mode is very good. You see the panel lines. I love the superior license plate. And it does look good. But my biggest complaint is I wish the paint was a bit, shinier. The transformation for this guy is pretty darn complex, if I'm honest. It's kind of hair-brained, or hair-raising. So we're going to start off with the front bumper. Take these very these areas in the front bumper. What we're going to do is just kind of slide them forward like that. We'll do the same thing on this side, and you kind of have to wiggle it just to slide it forward. So there we go. That is the first step. The second step, I like to put my fingers on either side of the front hood. We're supposed to pull. And you have to pull this whole section apart. And let me tell you, getting this thing back into vehicle mode is not an easy task. So once we pull that apart, we then fold these sections down like that. And then when we fold them down, we swing the whole section around thusly. And then there are these tabs that the sides plug into. And they plug into that rather firmly. And if you hear a barking dog in the background, please bear with me. That is my neighbors being stupid. So the next thing we're going to do is just take those bits that we folded down and fold them back up. So then we turn the figure around, and actually this looks pretty cool. I don't know what this would be, but it looks pretty cool. So grab the whole section here where the hood is and fold that all the way down like that. And that will allow us to then take the hood section, and fold it down thusly. Now that we've got a good part of the robot mode exposed, we can come in here and fold up the head. Now we have to be a little bit careful as the head is really tight, but as you just saw, what you're going to want to do is instead of pulling from the top, reach underneath and just push it up. And that makes things so much easier. And then the head locks into place. And one gimmick on the head that I'll show you in a little bit is pull the head back and his mouth opens. That's actually pretty cool. Now that we've done that, we can actually collapse the backpack onto the back of the figure. Just kind of collapse it that way, and then there's a peg down there and a hole, and that plugs right into place. Turning the figure upside down with the head pointing at the ground, we're going to take this rear section here and collapse it down this way, like that. And then we will collapse it out that way, like that. Last but not least, there's another hinge right here. We're going to collapse it in like that. And that actually will kind of peg into place. So you pretty much just want to completely accordion the whole thing down into one spot. And then, once you're done there, you fold it down again. And this is really tight. When you do that, you want to snap it into place, actually into the cavity where the bottom of the head structure was. So then we end up with something like this. And I swear this is an enemy out of a first-person shooter this way. Actually, you know what? It kind of looks like one of the Covenant leaders. Weird. Next, we're going to fold what will be the arms down and out of the way, and that will allow us to split the the legs apart, and this is the rear of the car. And then when we do that, we can then unfold the entirety of the legs like that. And there we go. Now you'll notice that the pins